Good morning, sixth grade. Miss Carswell here. Please follow along to this presentation about graphing equations on a coordinate plane. So our goal today is to take this equation, x plus 5 equals y, and to graph it on this coordinate plane below. The way that we're going to do this is we're going to start by filling in this table. So you will see that I have given you three values for x, 3, 0, and -1. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to drag my 3 over into the correct spot. I'll do the same with 0 and with -1, okay? So our goal is to drag these answer choices into their correct location in this chart. Now I'm going to look at my equation x plus 5 equals y. Now for each value of x, I will get a different y value. So what I'm going to do is in the first row, I'm going to substitute in 3 for the x, and I will get the expression 3 plus 5. Now, I know that 3 plus 5 is equal to 8, which means that when x equals 3, y will give me 8. This gives me the ordered pair 3, 8. I'm going to follow the same steps with the next two x values. So I'm going to substitute in 0 for x, and I will get 0 plus 5. 0 plus 5 is, of course, 5, and that gives me the ordered pair, right? X, y would be 0, 5. Let's do the same thing with -1. -1 plus 5. This is going to give me 4, which is my x value. And that gives me the ordered pair -1, 4. Now I have 3 ordered pairs that match this equation up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot these points on the coordinate plane. Okay, so I'm going to start with a point 3, 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these blue dots and I'm going to go over 3 and up 8. And I'm going to try my best to get it right in the right spot. Oops, that wasn't quite it. Try it again. There we go. Okay, so there's 1 point. My next point is 0, 5. I'm going to do the same thing, right? Over 0 and up 5. It's important to remember how we plot points, right? It goes x and then y. And last but not least, I have -1, 4. So I'll go -1 and up 4. Now, you'll notice that these 3 dots form a line. This is the line that represents the equation x plus 5 equals y. This is what you'll need to do on each page of your Google Deck assignment for today. Let's do one more example together. This one shows us a word problem. We can graph this word problem as a way to visually represent what's going on in this situation. So in this situation, Alice is training for a half marathon. Each day she goes out for a run, and the number of miles that she runs each day is represented by the equation y equals 3x. In this case, I'm not going to have us fill in this part of the chart again. So let's just go ahead and fill in what we know. Y is equal to 3 times 1, or 3x, because we're substituting in. That means that on day 1, she runs 3 miles. I'm going to represent this by the ordered pair. X is 1, y is 3. Let's do the same thing with the next day. On day 2, we're going to run 3 times 2, which is 6 miles. That gives me my ordered pair 2, 6. And going ahead with the next row, 3 times 3. So on day 1, Alice runs 9 miles. That's going to be 3, 9. And last but not least, on day 4, she runs 12 miles. That is a lot of miles. 3 and then 4, 12. Okay? So now to graph how much Alice runs, I'm just going to go ahead and plot these values. So my first one was over 1 and up 3. Then I had over 2 and up 6. Over 3 and up 9. And you can see that this is starting to turn into a line. This is the line that represents my equation. This line right here represents the equation y equals 3x. So on your assignment for today, please make sure that you are following the directions, dragging and dropping the correct values into the right spots in the tables, and then graphing your equations. And reach out to me if you have any questions. Thanks, sixth grade.